Welcome back, everybody, back to Creative Eye and our trailer reaction.
Welcome back.
We are back just off of the trailer reaction to Superman, and our next trailer we're going for is a Marvel one, and it's Ironheart.
Yes.
Now, this is something that I'm kind of like confused about because, you know, we've had Ironheart like in the MCU for a while now, and the series was made like, I don't know, I think it was like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So it's been made, and I don't know why it's taking so long for it to come out. And they didn't do like a lot of marketing for it, which I'm kind of surprised with, which kind of sucks because, you know, it's like they don't like, are not behind it, you know? So I'm kind of confused at what Marvel's doing with the show because I'm interested in seeing the show. You know, this is also something that Ryan Coogler is executive producing. And, you know, I'm behind Ryan Coogler 100% on what he's putting out. Yeah, he's not directing, but, you know, I'm sure he, you know, wants to produce a good product,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what I'm hoping that it is. I'm just confused with why they waited so long to put it out and why they haven't really been doing marketing for it, like, you know, like they should, like they've done with other Disney Plus Marvel series. So I'm looking forward to see what the trailer does, and hopefully it gets us interested in wanting to watch it. And I'm really hoping that, you know, they do good at this because I'm pulling for Riri, and you know, especially with, you know, having Ryan Coogler's name on it, you know, because right now Ryan Coogler can't do no wrong when it comes to directing and stuff like that. Now he's in the producer's chair. You know, so hopefully, you know, this goes. I think, let me see, what else has he produced? Did he produce Creed 3? The one that Michael B. Jordan directed?
I don't know.
I can't remember. But Ryan Coogler, he knows film. He knows what he's doing, and hopefully that's rubbed off on whoever's doing the show, like writers, and maybe hopefully he had input on that and so forth. But, you know, without further ado, let's just get into it.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Ooh, this is Ryan Coogler.
Hello? For real?
In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
Your interview. You'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you'll find a gas mask. Good luck.
Screw this.
Was a genius. So, you went her out.
I forgot, yeah, he's forgot about that.
Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable, something
important,
iconic.
It's a brand new
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision. But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done. What will you do, Riri?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that.
A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I am hoping
uh-huh.
that it does well
Right.
on Disney Plus. I'm
Yes.
hoping. I'm
Right.
hoping that it gains traction, especially for young, Black girl,
Yeah.
STEM,
Right.
students who are already at MIT or just want to get into that field. Hopefully, this is the inspiration.
Right.
But I'm wondering
Okay.
if the reason why marketing didn't go for Ironheart is because of Sinners coming out and that being the forefront. Even though this is executive produced by Ryan Coogler, I'm wondering if it's just because this went straight to Disney. This is Disney Plus, thing, and Sinners was for him, the forefront to basically, because I mean it was a big thing. So that's my thought of when this started and wondering why they didn't do too much pushing out Ironheart. And kind of was on the back burner until after,
I don't know. I don't know. That's
Sinners was released.
right. I don't know. Knowing how, I don't know, thinking how Ryan Coogler, I wouldn't think that it would be a bothersome between something on TV and something in the movies. But I think what bothers me the most and confuses me most, because this show was literally done filming 2 years ago. And I think it was supposed to come out way before it did now. And so I don't know. I mean,
I don't think that this was maybe as important.
yeah, but
It probably, if that was the case, if it
this is the thing.
if it was made like 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
then Sinners probably could have been, done around that time or so. But I'm just wondering, it could have been pushed out way before then. If it was made 2 years ago, it should have been,
Yeah, see, I don't.
pushed to Disney then. Maybe it just wasn't the timing of it was not good enough. And also you have to think about, it's not just Ryan Coogler deciding this, it's also Disney and Marvel.
I don't think it coming out. I don't think, my opinion is, I don't think it had anything to necessarily do with Sinners at all. I think it was most, like you said, a Marvel Disney thing on what they were doing or trying to figure out how they were going to do these shows because of how they were revamping everything now and how they were going to do less Disney Plus shows and so forth. But to have something on the shelf that long is really, really interesting that they did that, especially especially having introduced her in Wakanda Forever. You'd think you would ride on that, that high of that movie and get into that. And she and I liked Riri. I didn't read a lot about her in the comics, just a teeny bit. I didn't know a lot about Red Hood, but I know a lot of people liked him. He was a street level villain. Riri in the comics was pretty good in the comics. So I'm just hoping that they're able to transfer that over into the series. And I trust it because you have a good actress, you have good people behind it, especially Ryan Coogler. It's just, hopefully it's not too late for it.
I wonder if when they did put it out, how it's, like businesses can have a soft opening.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they thought in their minds pretty much heads or tails whether or not Ironheart would gain any traction with, the generation.
Well, see, that's what
or even with introducing her into Wakanda.
Right.
And that just like, we'll maybe push it out. If it doesn't gain anything, like, it wanted to come out, we'll put it on the back shelf and just wait for the opportune time.
And if that's the case,
finally for it to come out.
Right. And if that's the case, I still think that's kind of sad to me, because then that's telling me that you don't believe in the project. You know what I mean?
Well, if they didn't believe in the project, they wouldn't put it together. I just think they probably just, was like, hey, maybe we could do this and see where this character goes as far as gaining new, a new generation of
Heroes.
heroes.
So right.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing. We'll see, what happens especially if the show does well. We'll see what they're gonna do because there's always been talk about Young Avengers and everything like that, and having these younger heroes like uh, Haley Steinfeld's character, the Hawkeye character, Riri Williams, Miss Marvel, and all those younger characters, and getting them in like their own thing. That's been the talk, but I'm really am pulling for the show, hoping that it's good. I want it to be good, and I know there's a lot of people that go, oh, she's just a blah blah, yeah, whatever. I just wanted the show to be good. I think the character is a good character, where especially her background, and she's like one of the smartest in Marvel, in Marvel comics. So I'm looking forward to seeing that they put together a good story, and if that's good, that's gonna that's the first and foremost. Let it be good, please let it be good, and then that will probably show what they can do with her next. Because then they can kind of see where they're going to guide things with that. But yeah, no, I'm pulling for it, and most definitely looking forward to seeing it so we can watch it, and please pretty please be good. And like I said, with Ryan Coogler's name on it, I'm very hopeful. So
We'll see.
yeah. Well, let us know down below what you think. Do you think Ironheart is going to be one of those ones that you watch and think is going to be good? Let us know down below. Are you interested? Are you not interested? Let us know. But let us know. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Let you know we're dropping those gems. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.